For any citizen who wishes to speak, if you would like to speak today, now would be the time to do so. If you haven't already done so, as I mentioned earlier, please fill out the green slip at the rear of the room, and you can go ahead and bring it up to the city clerk. She will call out your name. Once more, we'd appreciate if you keep your comments to 3 minutes. The green light will come on when you approach the podium, and the red light will come on when your time is up.
Chris Paul, 5615 Phelps Road, Beaumont, Texas.
Hello, Council. It's Charles Paul, my name. I had two things that concern me as a citizen of Beaumont. The meeting that y'all hold, I'd like to see if y'all can make a time in the afternoon, maybe like 7 o'clock, so the people that work can come to some of the meetings that concern city government. That's something that's been bothering me for a long time. Another thing I come up here for, the speed limit on I-10 is 75. I get up on the freeway every day at Walden Road to go to work, and it's like a racetrack. You know, it's flat coming in at Beaumont. When you get to Walden Road, there's a hump. Then you go to the next overpass. Another one, the 65 is on the right. So if you got two 18-wheelers going 75, it's pretty hard to get on the freeway. I'd like to see if y'all could try to get that moved back to the city limit, because big 18-wheelers going fast, we're going to have another catastrophe here in the city limit. And I work for the fire department. I like what y'all said about the violence with the mental health, but I work for the fire department. I'm a 911 dispatcher. Just to give you an example, Friday night, Beaumont, we need to try to do something about violence. We had 4 shootings, 2 of them was real, and 1 stabbing, and another guy got thrown from a car from chasing somebody else. So there's a lot of violence in the world, and you know, it's a tragic out there in Connecticut, but right here in our own city, there's a lot of violence going on every night. And I'd just like to see something try to happen, you know. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.
Mark Cassidy, 1475 IH10, Beaumont, Texas.
I'd like to thank y'all in advance. I might run out of time. I've got some papers here. Can I give it to y'all in case somebody?
You can hand it to the city clerk. She'll pass it out. Yes, sir.
I want to first say that I'm thankful for the help that I've received from the cooperation from some of the people in code enforcement, and but I still have a problem with Mr. Daniels. He started out, the complaint I made originally was he had put a stop work order on it on my job. It's not the one that I'm involved in now, but it was a prior. I complained about it. Instead of he tried to justify it by coming up with a better excuse, because the original excuse he had for the stop work order was it was an error. Okay, but then he used the city's resources to try to prosecute me the best he could, come up with a complaint to the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. See, in this field I do air conditioning. I can legally do window unit air conditioning, refrigeration legally, because it's window units. And if you get into contracting, mechanical contracting work, that's going in somebody's house doing central air conditioning work, you have to have a license for that. I'm not doing that. Mr. Daniels knows I'm not doing that, but he went ahead and made this complaint, and he knew that I wasn't, but he used a obscure website that I have that has that nobody visits anyway. But it mentions air conditioning, and they use that to file a complaint against me, saying that I'm contracting to do air conditioning work, in which I'm not, and it says nowhere on the website that I am. But that's not enough. He actually perjured himself when I asked the question in the telephonic hearing. I'll have to get a copy of this from the state. That he said that. The reason for the stop work order was not because of the electrical work; it was for something else, and he knows the records. They have records. Now he's got time to do that, but he doesn't. Here's a contractor. Here's a receipt from an electrical contractor whose work failed. I had to fire on this particular job. I had to fire 2 contractors. Their permit failed, the inspection, but they don't have time to do anything about this kind of stuff, but they had time to persecute me for something that I'm not doing. They didn't claim they're not even certain that I'm doing, but there's a thin line between whether it's air conditioning window units or commercial refrigeration, and they used the technicality in the law to fine me $2,000. There's a copy of it over there. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Cassidy.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Is there any other citizen who wishes to speak today? Thank you, sir. If there's no one, we will now recess into executive session. Once more, thank you all for coming. God bless all the citizens of Beaumont, the state, and the nation. Y'all have a very, very happy holiday.